Louisiana is recognized.
Madam Speaker, I'm happy to yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Bishop.
The gentleman is recognized.
Madam Speaker, to come to the correct conclusion, a law professor used to say, you've got to know the facts. And that's what the American people need here, the facts, not emotion. This bill would comprehensively transfer the power to govern elections in this country from the sovereign states to the federal government, permanently and everywhere. So what is the factual premise for so fundamentally concentrating power here in Washington and diminishing the states? What has happened to justify making pervasive and permanent what Chief Justice Roberts explained was a drastic departure from basic principles of freedom when it was necessarily undertaken in the 1960s temporarily and in limited parts of the country? Well, Democrats offer lurid claims, but the American people are catching on. Like earlier this year, Stacey Abrams claimed that a simple voter ID law would be Jim Crow 2.0, but once the absurdity of that caught up with her, she looked so ridiculous that she tried to deny ever having claimed it. Nothing epitomizes this better than the slur repeated in Rules Committee yesterday by my law school classmate and colleague, Congresswoman Ross. She quoted 3 ultra-liberal judges in the Fourth Circuit who said that when the North Carolina legislature enacted voter ID and other reforms in 2013, it, quote, targeted African Americans with almost surgical precision. Activists and media have quoted that phrase over 7,500 times, according to Google, but few know that the 3 judges who stated that finding of fact were appellate judges who were supposed to be bound by the trial judge's findings of fact, or that the trial judge found in a painstaking 400-page analysis that the legislature's bill was not discriminatory. So the 3 appellate judges abused their power. Few know how the 3 liberal appellate judges became the final word, that a Democrat state attorney general intentionally sabotaged the state's appeal to prevent an upcoming review by the Supreme Court. That AG abused his power. When the details are known, can I have 30 seconds?
Yield the gentleman another 30 seconds.
When the details are known, the absence of factual basis becomes plain. Nobody's getting wet. A University of Oregon economist showed just in February that the Shelby County decision to which this bill purports to respond has not impaired black voter turnout at all. There is no Jim Crow 2.0. This bill is about abuse of power. Democrats wish to entrench themselves in power and to use the federal government to obliterate the states in order to achieve it. You've got to know the facts.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from New York.